Fuck it. We watching
Today's
this one.
biggest artists all start to seem familiar? The sound, the moves, the branding. It's like you've seen it all before.
Who's doing?
See, the truth
Who's
is,
moving like this today?
You've been listening to Michael Jackson this whole time.
Okay, the weekend. I feel like that's different. He's made it blatantly obvious that he has like his number one influence is Michael Jackson. I feel like that's very different.
The music industry is filled with talented stars, but behind the spotlight, the choreography, and the studio polish, they're all performing different versions of the same man.
My bad.
Today, we're breaking down the 4 archetypes of Michael Jackson and how today's artists are still living in his shadow. The man rarely spoke, but when he did, the world stopped. Michael Jackson's mystery man persona was built on distance, shadows, ambiguity. You never really knew him.
Bro is moving different.
Yeah, I say a lot of people misunderstand me. It's because they don't know me.
From the black fedora and the one-word answers, Michael Jackson perfected the mystique. In that silence, it made the music louder. Modern artists have adopted this mask. The Weeknd's entire After Hours rollout was a masterclass in character performance. Red suit, no interviews, facial injuries, cryptic visuals. And what about her? You know what she looks like now, but she hid her face for years. Let the riffs do the talking. Frank Ocean vanished until it was time to say something that mattered. And Billie Eilish, in her early career, she wore oversized clothes to hide her physique.
I never want the world to know everything about me. I mean, that's why I wear big baggy clothes. Nobody can have an opinion because they haven't seen
You know what I'm saying?
what's underneath.
Shout out to Billie Eilish, bro. She is probably one of the most talented artists like today. And that might be lazy, but damn it, I'm here for it. Shit. I don't listen to it as often, but damn, her shit just sounds pretty as fuck. In the crazy, in the most demonic way possible, if that makes sense.
She wore dark sunglasses, kept everything dark and moody, even with the whisper vocals. She turned anonymity into aesthetic, just like MJ did decades before.
Shout out Billie Eilish. I'm saying.
This isn't just minimalism. This is what's called mystery marketing, a deliberate branding choice where less visibility equals more power. And Michael Jackson wrote the rule book by creating emotional distance. This is why fans constantly passed out at his shows, or why there was instant pandemonium as soon as he made an appearance. He became a unicorn. But let's not just look at the artist.
A unicorn?
Let's take a listen,
all right.
because to really understand how deep the influence runs, you have to hear it. Let's compare 4 intros that create an eerie theatrical tone with just a voice, all drawing inspiration from Michael Jackson's song, Who Is It? Michael Jackson's Who Is It starts off with just his voice, a distant, almost
That's his
sacred
voice?
air. It builds tension without revealing its full
You would think
hand.
that's a damn
now
sample.
Let's listen to the intro of The Weeknd's Every Angel Is Terrifying. That same cryptic energy, but that's dialed into a full-on sci-fi broadcast. Now Lady Gaga's Government Hooker.
Hold on.
It's MJ's cathedral-like atmosphere.
Motherfucker just out here doing crazy ass notes and shit. You know, you see a ghost and that motherfucker be like, just standing in a fucking corner. Tight shit. Nice. What's that? Hold on. I gotta get it. Damn it.
Rigid, hypnotic, and unsettling in the best way. Lastly, listen to this intro from Billie Eilish's song, When the Party's Over. Different artists, but they all use the same technique. Control mystery through orchestral vocals.
Dance
Before
machine.
he sang, he danced. Michael Jackson didn't just move to the beat, he was the beat. But Mike didn't invent those moves out of thin air. MJ studied the greats. James Brown gave him that fire. Fred Astaire gave him the glide. The Nicholas brothers gave him the finesse. He absorbed decades of dance history and distilled it into
Oh,
something that
shit.
felt brand new. He turned borrowed rhythm into visual storytelling. Even the moonwalk, his most iconic move, he didn't invent it. Its roots trace back to the 1950s when Cab Calloway and later performers like Bill Bailey were seen doing a version of it known as the backslide. Street dancers like Jeffrey Daniel of Shalimar refined it in the 70s, gliding across the floor in ways that made people
Nah, they was
question
killing
gravity.
this shit.
But MJ,
Holy.
he perfected, made it look effortless, refined every detail, and then he dropped it live on national TV in 1983. In that moment, it stopped being a dance move. It became a myth. This was the dancing machine.
Nah, the
MJ.
moonwalk was so
Kinetic
gas,
lightning
bro.
bolt, a master of rhythm, sharpness.
It's like, bro, you had to see the whole
Now that torch has
sequence,
been
bro.
passed. Chris Brown's footwork, he fused Michael's dangerous era with the crumping style from the mid-2000s. Chris Brown has even been compared and referred to as the modern-day Michael Jackson, along with Justin Bieber in his early days.
He's everyone's inspiration. Like
Justin Bieber was not moving like that. I don't remember
you're a
this.
country artist or you're a rapper, most people look at Michael Jackson.
But let's be
Finna
honest,
hit
that's
this
a
with
crown
that.
that will
He
never be
finna hit
fixed.
this
Now
with
let's look at
us. I swear to God, if this shit got a goddamn 808, I'ma lose it. Never did it again. Hey, Senju, bro, you might need to try it again. These niggas gave it a 808. I think that's why I'm not good at math. What do you mean? I need something that don't got no damn 808, you weak ass, weird ass niggas. If I search up a Mariah Carey type beat, I'm gonna get a Mariah Carey type beat. So I expect the same thing with Michael Jackson. And why is my shit being slow? Why is it being slow? I don't like that. I don't like that. See, bro. See what I'm saying? Y'all adding 808s to something that don't need fucking 808s. Oh, that's so gay. Why would y'all do that? What did you say? I can send you the OG song? Please don't do that. Because I'm trying to get a clip. Had a concussion? Jesus. Yo, I'm sorry to hear that. Yo, my chat is like, ugh. Fuck this segment. That just pissed me off. Sit my ass back in this chair. And we finishing this vid. That shit really just pissed me off. They put my chat at the fucking top of the OBS. Dumbass nigga. God damn.
Usher. Usher is the closest to Michael's era and is probably the pioneer of the modern MJ trend. That way he does his iconic glide, it's MJ with an Atlanta twist. Now, Atlanta also gave birth to another Jackson-inspired star. If Usher is Michael, then Ciara is Janet. She channels Jackson precision with a fresh, athletic intensity, his footwork reimagined through a modern female lens. Because Michael's music is mainly focused around R&B and disco, we can draw many comparisons, but let's look at a couple of direct influences. Thriller is arguably the greatest album of all time. Now let's listen to The Weeknd's Wake Me Up. Now this one is a more direct replica of Thriller, so much so that The Weeknd and Justice had to give writing credits to the songwriter of Thriller, Rod Temperton. It has spaced out chords, similar drum programming, and a bass line that walks with that Thriller confidence.
Sierra is I Wanna Be
we
Janet.
have About Damn
Oh, that's
Time by
sad.
Lizzo. Listen closely to the guitar riff, clean, rhythmic, and undeniably funky. A clear callback to Rock With You.
Oh.
Then you layer in that lead synth at the
I
end.
remember this.
It walks the same
Niggas was
line
actually
as
saying
MJ's
this would
glossy
sound like
disco
Michael
era
Jackson.
production. Both tracks don't just lean into funk, they float on it, using minimalist elements to create maximum groove. Rock With You was a slow burn love song to the dance floor, and Lizzo's track revives that mood with a modern twist. Celebratory, confident, but still grounded in that same musical DNA. Now,
The
Mike
soft
wasn't
boy?
just a performer. He was a romantic, a balladeer.
Yeah, he
The
was,
soft boy
though.
MJ was the man behind the moonwalk. Sensitive, dreamy, full of yearning.
Jayden
And
SparKs
that
is
part of
not
him
my son.
never-
He's just the girl who thinks that Jayden SparKs is not my son. Jayden SparKs. This dumb ass nigga. Senju. Why am I just now seeing this? You know why? Because I was too busy trying to fix my fucking chat. That's why.
We see the same sensual sensitivity in Neo, who can sing a heartache like a velvet blade. And JT rides that same sweet falsetto wave that MJ carved decades later. And Drake? Well, Drake is many different people in one, but when he's in his soft boy mood, he's channeling Mike too. He uses MJ style vulnerable vocals.
Look at this nigga aura farming while hugging a bitch. Like, what nigga, what are you doing? Drake fucking aura farming while hugging a huss. Nigga, let it go.
Makes them colder, moodier, and more detached. Like the song.
Yo, it's like Drake is trying to look cool. Wow, like, do y'all know what I'm saying? It's like he constantly is trying to look cool. Like, what, bro? Just be you, man, gang. You don't gotta look cool because the camera in front of you. Like,
Soft Boy reimagined through a modern filter of emotional restraint and melodic rap.
Like, look at where this nigga standing. He's standing there like, oh yeah, let me get in it. Everything you ever did, everything is on my hill. I can see right now 'cause I'm lit. Fuck you on, fuck you on. That's how Drake's standing there, bro. Like, he really trying to be something crazy. Like, nigga, you're not him, bro. You're legit. You're not him, bro. I just want to make that very clear.
Is the greatest entertainer of all time, and that's what you have to do. You know, you have to push yourself, and he pushed himself further and further. Did things that I can't even comprehend, like choreographed dancing and, you know, all instrument, like playing instruments, everything. I mean, he was just he was the greatest.
Neo leans into it the most with his dance moves and even does the Michael vocal sound effect. But JT keeps it sweet and raspy, similar to Michael's ballads.
He really was and always will be, you know, the king of pop. To create the things that he created with his music, I mean, it's really untouchable.
Now, speaking of ballads, let's take a look at the biggest Soft Boy ballad of all time, Human Nature.
Human Nature, my shit.
Now, there's something about Human Nature that artists just can't seem to resist. It has to be the most sampled song of modern day history. Songs like Right Here by SWV, Chris Brown's She Ain't You. But what makes it so iconic is the sonic softness. The synth pads are airy and glassy.
Nah, I love, it's like one of my favorite
just behind the beat.
Michael tracks.
And MJ's vocals float over everything. Now let's look at some obvious examples. Now, I promise this isn't a Weekend video, but I'll be ignoring the elephant in the room if we
I'm
didn't
about to
talk
say,
about
you gotta talk about the
I Feel
Weekend.
It Coming.
Then we need to watch this.
This song is one of the clearest
This is
examples of
this is it
MJ's
together?
sonic
What is
fingerprint
that?
in modern pop. Laid back groove, silky falsetto, and warm analog textures all echo the atmosphere of Human Nature.
I always use Michael as, first and foremost, as a vocal inspiration. And Off the Wall was definitely the one that made me feel like I could sing. I found my falsetto because of Off the Wall.
And we can go one step further and listen to Bruno Mars's Versace on the Floor. Both songs build their mood with soft, suspended
Niggas,
synths
that's a dance.
and smooth.
That's the goal. Hold on. If you think I'm not about to watch this in slow motion, you got it all fucked up. I'm dead ass. Yeah, it's the goal. And I only get this for 2 seconds.
Both songs build their mood with soft, suspended synths.
Oh my god, she's so
and
good.
smooth gliding.
No. Hold on. You know I had to get that one off.
Smooth gliding progression.
I'm so fucking stupid.
Pacing is patient. The arrangement is minimal, and the vocal delivery is breathy, intimate. Sabrina Carpenter is also not
Sabrina
safe
Carpenter,
from
my
the
goat.
Michael bug. In her song Bed Chem, she also took inspiration from Human Nature. Take a listen to this.
Oh, I hear it. I've never heard it before.
It's not a sample or a copy, but this is what you call interpolation. Basically, when you take a piece of music, you move it around and twist it in a different way to where it's not the same, but it just kind of encompasses the same vibe of it. And she does this perfectly with Bed Chem. Now, even though this next song we're about to...
I don't know if you remember. Hold up. But Michael's last tour name was gonna be called This Is It. So this is it footage from the rehearsal. Okay.
Talk about is not a ballad. It also taps into that Soft Boy era. I'm talking about that sweet, happy-go-lucky vibe of The Way You Make Me Feel.
Whole time this song was probably in a minor scale.
That crazy shuffle you hear in the rhythm section, you hear it again in The Weeknd's In the Night. And you also hear it again unexpectedly in Ed Sheeran's new song, Azizim. Now, of course, I would be a hypocrite if I didn't call myself out for this. Here's a clip of my song I released a few years ago.
Nigga trying to self-plug. Fuck out my face, bitch. Realistically, that's a little rude. Let's hear what
Now,
he got to say.
of course, I would be a hypocrite if I didn't call
say.
myself out for this. Here's a clip of my song I released a few years ago called Biggest Fan. So you see, I'm Michael, you're Michael, we're all Michael.
Disney, do you see any Michael resemblance in the music that I make? Yes or no? That's all I need.
When Michael stepped on stage in Bucharest, it wasn't a concert. It was like a praise and worship session. This was the rock star MJ. Loud, political, drenched in leather and surrounded by fire. He fused pop spectacle with rock aggression. Think about the guitars and Beat It, the military jackets, the snarling vocals and dirty...
People I asked the question in chat didn't answer it. That's the... Hold on. So you say hold on as soon as I address it. That's insane!
Diana, and the sheer theatrical violence of Scream. His message was massive, his energy was explosive, and his influence still very much alive. Let's start with Lady Gaga. Gaga took MJ's sense of spectacle and gave it teeth. Her performances are more than concerts, they're ritual. Songs like Marry Tonight and Bad Romance walk the same line as Dirty Diana.
Yo, I'm gonna do a performance and I'm gonna go on tour with that bitch, and y'all are never going to expect what it's going to be. I swear to God, it'll be one of the greatest experiences of your entire life.
Glam, tortured and defiant.
I'm such a huge fan. I love him so much, like I knew him, but I didn't. And he was such an inspiration to me my whole life, and I really feel that the world killed him.
Now we gotta talk about the most controversial artist on this list. I think he's losing his mind right now, but we gotta talk about Kanye West.
Yeah, I sat with Michael Jackson. I met him over Leonard Cohen's house, and I just vibed out with him. And then, like, I think Michael the one that put that battery in my back to do 808s. I played Good Life, and he was like, "Who's that singing right there? I like that voice." It was my voice. He gassed me up. Next thing y'all know, y'all had me in the night. I hear him talk like Michael Jackson told me I could sing. All y'all.
Kanye may have started in soul sample hip hop, but his
maybe
evolution
in Quicksand,
into genre bending.
Maybe in Quicksand. Let's find out. Where? Where? I was trying to figure out where. The ad-libs? Is it the ad-libs? Hello? Jumping on the road. Is it Quicksand? Sad. Is it the ad-libs? It might be the ad-libs. It might be the ad-libs. I can understand it.
Performance art mirrors MJ's rock star ambition. Albums like Yeezus and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy didn't just blur lines between rap and rock, they exploded them. And when Kanye performs, it's not rap, it's an arena spectacle. Like MJ, he doesn't just perform, he provokes. And no matter how hard he crashes out, the world just can't seem to look away. Now let's take a listen to the MJ rockstar sound. Mike's song Beat It was a crossover explosion. A pop song with a rock soul, gritty guitars, driving drums, and a guitar solo from Slash that cut like a knife. Now let's listen to Miley Cyrus and Dua Lipa's song Prisoner.
See, I don't know why I just pressed, but I always wondered how he got the nose surgery and it didn't fuck with his vocals. Now I understand like the nasal cavities is like the most important thing to like the way you sound and like the way your ears is leveled and bullshit like that. So how did he get his nose redone? Does it really not affect that much of it? But like at the same time it does. You know what I'm saying?
It has that same energy, that same sense of urgency in the vocal delivery. The songs are even in the same key. Big chorus, sharp vocals, all following that MJ formula. So Michael's legacy isn't frozen in time. It's active, ongoing, embedded in the DNA of today's biggest stars. Some channel his sound and others echo his image. The mystery man, the dancing machine, the soft boy, the rock star. Honestly, these artists aren't copied, they're continuation. Each one adding a new verse to the story that MJ started. So the next time you find yourself vibing to your new favorite song or really loving that new artist. Does it feel?
I feel like he's specifically talking about pop artists. Cause let's keep it a buck. Like, I don't think hip hop artists, like not as many, are really like on that wave. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, not that many. I feel like, look, he only got his nose redone because his dad was like, "You're not my son with that big nose." I know the story, but I was just referring. See, I was just referring to the part like where your nose is like the reason you sound the way you sound. That's literally all I was doing, because like, air gotta travel to that motherfucker so you could speak tight. Like if I do this, I'm gonna sound like fucking Squidward. Like, what's the hair of Squidward on goddamn thing? You know what I'm trying to say? No one wants to do that.
Familiar? Because you might just be listening to Michael Jackson. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think as long as we add something new, we should keep his legacy going. Now, in this video, we've talked a lot about The Weeknd, and he's gone on record to say that Michael Jackson is his biggest influence. Now, he's not just a Michael clone. He has his own style, his own vibe, his own twist that he put on the Michael archetype. And I have a video that talks all about it. Click on the video on the screen if you want to see more about that. I fully walk you through his production process and how he makes his music.
That's fire.
I'll see you on the other side. Until next time, peace.
Yo, y'all gonna see some, bro. I'm gonna do some crazy shit with this music. With music, first I gotta get big. First we gotta establish myself as creator first. Once we get there, bro, y'all gonna see some crazy shit. Like, y'all are going to see some wildly crazy shit when it comes to my music, bro. It's like I'm really trying to change something, spark something in like everyone when it comes to like listening to my music and experiencing my music. My music is an experience. Even what I have released is an experience in its own. Like, you gotta listen to that shit from start to finish. You can have little singles and shit, and the singles somehow still gonna be an experience. I'm gonna figure out a way for them bitches to connect even if they don't. But that's the vid. I enjoyed this vid. I ain't gonna lie. Now, I didn't realize that this many artists was like copying MJ, or at least picking up things from MJ and putting it down in their own way. That's super duper fire.